everyone, my name is Rosa. I'm from the blog pinkmisscript.com, and today I wanted to show you a small in-bedroom nursery that I really think hits all the boxes for our family, and hoping to inspire you to, if you're on this route looking to put your baby within your room as well. Videos for small space area. I'm talking to those that, you know, are on a budget and who have small space. Let's get into the video. This room is a smaller space, and it's kind of tricky because it has windows on both sides, and then so the bathroom door and then the door to the entrance of the room, so it's kind of tricky to place furniture. And so we were very limited on the amount of space that we had, and the design was very planned. I want to start with 3 main points that I looked at. Main things were the windows and the measurement of the square footage right in front of our bed, and then also something that I really wanted was a specific color. So I did buy paint, and also because of the windows I bought a little bit more pricey curtains. So let's get into the design of the room based on those 3 factors. So the curtains are blackout curtains because of the fact that this window lets in a lot of light, and it's really hot in here, and I didn't want the baby to, you know, have the heat directly on top of him, especially because the crib has to go right next to the window, but I also didn't want it in front of the window. So alright, well, with that, let's go into the furniture pieces that I really wanted. I really thought about, what do I really need, because I don't want to overspend in this area. So I decided for a mini crib because of the space, mostly. If I had a bigger space, I probably would have bought a bigger crib. So if you're a new parent looking for a crib, but you're thinking about price and size and long term, you kind of have to weigh that out for yourself, because for me, I ended up getting the mini crib because of budget and because of space. I will deal with the consequences of having to buy a bigger bed later, but everything will be linked down below. I also wanted a changing table. A lot of people told me, well, you don't really need one, but I really wanted one. And you know what? I'm so glad I did get one, because it really helped me with my back, and I'm so glad. Like, it's a decision I don't regret, but it might not work for everyone. It might not be a necessity, but I do actually have one. But again, I had to measure a lot and figure out which one was the right one, and there are really pricey ones that you really don't need unless you want to splurge. So the changing table has 2 giant storage units at the bottom, and then some open shelving as well. And this one, actually, I thrifted it, and it was like a miracle. I did not want to pay $200 for a changing table, which is kind of what they run. You know, there's different prices obviously, but for one that looks like this, it's around the $200 mark, and I will still leave it linked down below if you really want something like this and it's in your budget. But for me, it was just not. And I met this lady at an awesome thrift shop, and I'll actually link it down if you're in North Carolina or my area, Charlotte, Concord area. And wow, she gave us the thrifted changing table for, it was $50. I remember it was $50. I was like, thank goodness. Thank God for that. Hey, the other thing that I really wanted was a rocking chair. But because of the space, I just couldn't do that. It didn't fit. When I actually drew everything out, in my picture, it fit. The dimensions, the square footage was obviously not to scale. And so I came to realize, oh man, the rocking chair does not fit, but I'm gonna leave that for you till the end so you can see that it did actually happen. Okay, the other thing I did really want was a diaper pail, and I had, you know, my mom, I remember when I was younger, my mom had my brother and she had one, so I'm like, okay, you have to have one. The next part is the most exciting part for me because it's about the little details and the cute stuff. So I actually really wanted the IKEA little shelves, and you know, I could pay for them, but I actually got them at a thrift store, and my husband was so shocked that I found them new still in the box at the thrift store. So that's another thing. Let me tell you that a lot of the things in here, yes, actually a few of the bigger pieces were actually found at a thrift store. So shop around, look around. You don't have to spend all your check on the nursery, especially if you're on a budget and if it's going to be in your room anyways. So I got the IKEA shelves for pictures and just for little toys. I wanted to put little books like everybody does, but I did not like it, and I just felt like it would fall all the time, and I didn't want it to fall on the baby. And now my baby is 1 year old, but I still don't have books on them. Instead, put little decorations on there. I also wanted a few art pieces that were a little bit different, so I actually did thrift those, and some of them I did buy on Etsy and I printed them, and then I just put a simple frame that I bought at a thrift store. I had a little mirror from another room and I just moved it in here. I thought it really went with the colors and everything, and so that's what I got. For the mirror, I didn't spend anything. Okay, and then the curtains. The curtains, that's definitely something I would say, as someone who was conscious about the budget, I think that I paid a lot more than I would have but the only reason is because they're blackout curtains. So I couldn't find any decent blackout curtains online. Or at the stores. I went to the actual stores, but I could not find any that were good. Honestly, it was more about the quality for me because that was priority. I wanted the heat, the cold to be blocked from that window, which is right beside the crib. So I did pay a bit of money. Now it's not crazy money because I actually found some that I loved that were just way too expensive. It was just way over my budget. I would have bought them, I know I would have, but I had to control myself. And I'll tell you my overall budget. I will tell you my overall budget for the whole thing, just in like furniture and the design stuff that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about baby clothes or diapers or none of that. It was about, I think it ended up being about 280, maybe 300, but I'm pretty sure. All right, let's go to the next part in the details. The sheets. I really did want specific sheets, so I had a few that were gifted to me. They were cute, but they were just not the color palette. They didn't match with the color palette with the design that I had in my mind. So I did ended up buying a set that had two separate ones, and I don't know, I think one's more colorful and one's more white. So for now, I realized that after a year, I think I like the white ones better. Maybe if it had more elements like traditional boy elements, the other one would have been great. Like it's in the woods kind of camping design, and I don't really have that going on, but the colors match. But that's why it's not my favorite, but I still love it. All right, now let me tell you the biggest secret. So now let's go into the next part, which is the little secret that I had for you guys, because I remember that I said in the beginning that I really wanted a rocking chair, but I was so sad because I couldn't fit it in here, and I also couldn't afford it because rocking chairs, I mean, there's some, the usual cheap ones are around $150 to $200, but I knew I wanted more than one child, so I'm like, I don't want to keep buying something and I don't want to be like, I don't like it anymore, you know, or the quality. I mean, I'm willing to pay for good quality, but I didn't have to do that. I actually also got that from a thrift store and didn't pay a single thing. It was donated to me for free from the lady, and I thank her a lot. It was a dream come true, and I thank the Lord because I know that He listens to our prayers no matter, you know, how small they are. So actually, I do have the rocking chair, and it was for free, and I'm gonna show you where it is because it does not fit in here, but it's still near, you know, where the baby's sleeping area is. It's still there, you know. It's an in-bedroom nursery, and the rocking chair is right over there. Let me show you. Oh, let's go and look. So as you can see, our rocking chair is in our bathroom. It's crazy, I know, and I don't like it, but that's what we have, and that's what we have to work with, and that's the space that we have, so there it is. It kind of makes me clean the bathroom more because I'm like, I don't want to smell a stinky bathroom when I'm in there reading to the baby. It doesn't always happen, but you know, it is what it is. And so actually our bedroom is smaller, but the bathroom is huge. It just takes too much space, and in the future I'm thinking that the changing table is gonna go in there because there's still space for it behind the door. And who knows, maybe when the next baby comes we'll have to rearrange things. I also, later on, I got this little table at a thrift store. I paid like, I think it was $10 or something, and then I just painted it and I just put the baby's books in there. I also got these other shelves from the thrift store, and I put some of the cute little toys that we found that were gifted to us as well, and then just a little teddy bear that I gave my husband a long time ago. This is our setup, and I hope that it was encouraging to you if you have limited space. I live in a 2-bedroom mobile home with 2 bathrooms, and the setup is kind of weird because actually our bathroom has a shower, but they covered it up and there's a closet and it's a mess. But that's what we were able to do to kind of compromise because I needed the rocket chair. I just did. It was something that I know I'm gonna use. You know, sometimes we know we want it, but we know we're not gonna use it. So I think we have to think about those things when we're designing for a small space and for something as cute as a baby's nursery. So I hope that was encouraging to you. All the links are down below, and if this helped you out, go ahead and give us a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video.